Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. In the long history of God's efforts to form a people who will follow Him, two things stand out: the persistent, passionate love of God and the ungrateful response of man. The Bible is full of images of our stubborn resistance to God. We are like an unfaithful bride, like lazy, disobedient servants, like a vineyard that brings forth sour grapes, like a misshapen pot that the potter has to rework. All this is summed up in the expression hardness of heart. In today's reading, the Lord gives us, through the prophet Jeremiah, a very convicting description of our wayward hearts. They obeyed not, nor did they pay heed. They walk in the hardness of their evil hearts and turn their backs, not their faces, to me. But hardness of heart is not only the problem of the people of Israel, it was also a problem among Pharisees. In the gospel today, Jesus drove out demon from a mute man, and the crowds were amazed. But still, with hardness of heart, his enemies accused Jesus that his power over the demons was due to the fact that he was in league with the prince of demons. They attributed his power not to God, but to the devil. Jesus' enemies were helpless to him by fair means, so they now resorted to slander. They were not only blind to see the goodness and the majesty of Jesus, their hearts were so hardened that they came up even with a preposterous idea that Jesus might be an agent of the devil. Bishop Fulton Sheen said, "The error of modern man is not ignorance of the truth, but ignoring the truth." The scribes slandered against Jesus not because they were ignorant of the truth about Jesus, but because they ignored the truth already laid before them. And they ignored the truth because their hearts were hardened. And worst of it all, they resorted to the dirtiest trick of all: slander, attacking his person. Friends, it is of course easy to judge the enemies of Jesus, but really this calls for a self-examination. How often do we tend to think the worst of other people? How often do we deliberately impute low motives to someone whom we dislike? How often do we repeat the slanderous and the malicious tale and murder reputations over the teacups? Incidentally, the healing that Jesus performed was to a mute man. He restored his ability to speak. This once mute man could now speak and hopefully would speak of good news and not slanderous words, not hateful words, not sarcastic and demeaning words. Friends, use your gift of speech to proclaim not bad news, but only good news. Amen.